Now, who in their right mind would buy that?
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Hi, guys. How are you? It's me, Casey, your host of this fine establishment, this fine award-winning, state-of-the-art podcast. No, but for real, how are you guys? I was thinking the other day, I hope this is a place you guys can come to just relax and just, I don't know, even if you don't really listen, if I'm just like in the background, because that's what I used to do when we had television, not just like streaming services. I would have the TVs on in like all the different rooms with the satellite going, and it just made me feel comfortable and cozy, like people were in the house with me. And I kind of hope that's like how this is, even if you just catch little snippets of what I'm saying or what, but I am happy to tag along with you while you're doing your laundry, while you're at the grocery store, on your road trips. So I hope this is a place you come to kind of just check out for a minute. That's kind of the point I was trying to get. I just wanted it to be like friends hanging out, And sometimes when you hang out with your friends, you kind of just like zone out. And those are the best kind of friends to have. The ones where you can just like be on your phone. Like you catch up, you have fun, whatever, and then you're on the couch and you just kind of have your couch alone time on your phone, Or like when you're on vacation and it's like that decompressing time when you're all laying in the bed and you're on your phones checking which photos you want to post, checking Instagram, waiting until you go to your next activity, I guess you could say. Anyway, I hope that's what this is, and even if you do listen and you find what I say interesting, that's even better. So I appreciate it, and I just hope this is a little safe place for all of us to come once a week, Mondays specifically, but whenever you listen is fine with me. And I haven't checked in a while, but it tells me like what people listen on, like if it's iPhone, Android, like an Alexa or a Google Home. So that's kind of cool. I probably need to learn a little bit more of the back end, but I haven't. I'm sorry. Let's see, what have I been up to? This week has been pretty busy for me, not gonna lie. And I know people with kids are gonna listen to this and be like, that is not very busy. But to me it is. I saw 3 movies this week, you guys, in theaters. Wild, I know. So on Thursdays, I go to Starbucks and I take my notes and kind of do things I need to do for the podcast so I don't get distracted while being at home, and I love it. This week I had these little egg hash brown things. They were delicious. I get my large ice water because they have really good water there. I have my own little table that I go to. I get there early enough that no one else is really there. I was there from 9 until 2 on Thursday. Like, I was there for a while, and so were other people. So it's not just me. And I was like, what if I have to go to the bathroom? Like, I don't want to pack up all my stuff and go to the bathroom and come back. But I noticed people around me were also just, they got up and went to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, so it's just like a common thing that we'll watch your stuff while you're in the bathroom. And that's what happened. That is what happened. So, yeah, I got a lot done, honestly. It's really tedious work. It's not necessarily hard. It's just tedious. And like, sometimes things just don't work like they're supposed to, and files won't work because they have to be a PDF or a JPEG, or and photos you want to use don't work. They're like pixelated, or when you're trying to edit TikToks, editing TikToks takes a lot longer than you might think. And even if it's just like a silly, quick video, I'm getting better at it and I'm pretty good, but they do take a while. And so this is like a good place for me to go and just get stuff done. Like I know while I'm there, I don't do anything else. So I did end up watching an episode of Running Point. That's kind of what I've been into lately. You know what's annoying is on Netflix you can't AirPlay to devices. Like on Hulu and the other ones you can AirPlay to like my laptop, but Netflix you can't. It's just Chromecast. And I'm like, that's very annoying. Why? Like, why? I know there's probably some business deal or whatever that's stopping it from happening, but that's really annoying. I don't get it. I don't understand what business deal it would be that would cause that. I don't know. Anyway, but while I was sitting there, I was like, I really, really want to see the movie Sinners, and it's like a scary-ish movie. And I'm like, but I really, really want to see Haley Steinfeld. I love Haley Steinfeld so much. And I like Michael B. Jordan. I like the reviews that were coming in. It's like 100% Rotten Tomatoes still. And people are talking about it and loving it. And so I'm like, you know what? There's a theater pretty close to me. I'm going to check the times because later that day I was going to the movies with my other friends. And I had to pick Mallory up at 5:30. And so I was like, well, if it works out, then I can go. There was a movie playing at 2:15 and it ran like 2 hours long or something. I'm like, perfect. That'll be perfect. So I went, I got my little Alani. I got my Ritz peanut butter crackers and my Built Puff Bar, and I went and got a small popcorn as well, and I sat in the theater, and it was really good, you guys. I feel like I could have been like 20 minutes shorter, but I got my Letterboxd back too. If you're not sure what a Letterboxd is, that is a app where you can rate movies and shows that you've seen. And you kind of just like follow your friends and see what they think about movies, and you can like write like captions and stuff, or not captions, reviews, and I don't know, I just put silly stuff, but you can like put your favorite movies, what you liked about them, all this stuff. You can upgrade to like Pro, which is kind of expensive, but you can make a list of things you want to see, and then once they go onto streaming services or whatever, it'll tell you what they're on. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. What was I getting at? Oh, someone on Letterboxd said, I like how they build the characters up in Sinners for like an hour, and then once they start dying, you actually have some kind of emotional connection to them. They're not just these random people you've met, for like 20 minutes. And I was like, that is actually a really good point. And it wasn't too scary. It was more thrillery. I mean, it was kind of a freaky movie, but it is very gory. I will say that. Very, 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 lots of blood, lots and lots and lots of blood, lots of sound effects of blood squirting and people being stabbed and flesh, but cool story, really good acting, really good like cinematography and storyline. I had to pause because my printer decided to make random noises, so we're back now. But the director of this was Ryan Coogler, who has done both Black Panthers and Creed. So he definitely likes Michael B. Jordan, which I don't know how he couldn't. And yeah, I think he wrote it and created it also. And my cousin was telling me that he had a hard time selling it because he wanted it in the contract that after 25 years, the whole thing belongs to him. And studios were like really weary of that. But finally, I think his Warner Brothers picked it up and decided to go for it. And I said, yeah, that's kind of interesting, but after 25 years, is it really even worth anything? Like, is it that big of a deal? Unless it's popular. I mean, this one's really popular and doing well, so, anniversary editions and stuff like that they might want, but I don't know. That's a good one to see. I highly recommend it. It's pretty gory, like I said, but very good. So then I leave the theater and I go pick up Mallory, and we drive from Orem to West Jordan because this movie was only playing at two different theaters. One at Jordan Landing at the Cinemark there, which I haven't been there. I was trying to think of the last movie I saw there, and it might have been Finding Dory, which that was a long time ago. And it's kind of it's like a big, nice theater. Like, I like it there, but it's just kind of out of the way for me now. And we met with our friend Jackson, and they have Pizza Hut pizza at Cinemark now. Did you guys know that? They're kind of like stepping up their game at Cinemark. And I've always liked Cinemark, but I think the two biggest ones in Utah are Megaplex and Cinemark. And AMC's kind of making a appearance. They only have a few, but sometimes, you guys, if you can't find any showings you want at Cinemarks or Megaplexes, check AMC's because they actually do have movies that those theaters wouldn't play or better showtimes. So, just saying. Anyway, we went and saw On Swift Horses, and that is with Daisy Edgar-Jones, who I'm obsessed with, Jacob Elordi, and Will Poulter. If you're wondering who Will Poulter is, he's Eyebrows from We're the Millers. He's kind of the one that had that really big glow up and is super attractive now. But this movie, I really wasn't sure what to expect, what to know about it. I did know it was like betting on horses, on horse racing. And that is part of the movie, but it's not like the main thing. This movie is very gay, and I was not, there was some scenes in it on the commercials that I saw. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But it was like pure 100% gay movie, and I loved it. It was great. It was like a lot of romance intertwined, and like heartbreak and sadness, and what it was like to be gay in the 50s, I think it was the 50s, late 50s, mid 50s. What it was like to be in Vegas in that time, gambling, betting on horses. I think they lived in San Diego. I don't know. It was just very well done. And I just loved Daisy's character. And this isn't really a spoiler, but she doesn't really care about her husband in the sense that he tries to kind of tell her what to do or what they're going to do with the money that she makes, the money that he makes. It's very like 50s in that way. And she kind of just doesn't have it. But she doesn't really argue with him. She doesn't really fight with him. She kind of just does what she wants and kind of goes with it later and smooths it over later. I don't know. I just kind of like that. Like, you could tell she just was trying to keep the peace with him, but in her mind, she's like, I ain't doing that. Sorry, I'm not doing that. This movie's good. It's only playing in 2 theaters as of right now in Utah, but if you get a chance to, I really recommend it. It's actually probably one of my favorite movies I've seen. It's one of those ones I can't stop thinking about, and in my mind that just says that's like a movie I really like. It's a one I can't stop thinking about in a good way. Like, I'm just like, I like how they filmed it this way. I like how they did this way. Obviously Jacob Elordi did really good. It's just a good movie all around. I highly recommend it. So yeah, so then the next day was my friend Stephanie's graduation. So me, Mallory, and Jackson all went to that as well. We went to the Pizza Factory after, and then I went to the movie again with my cousin. We went to The Amateur with Rami Malek, and he was also a producer on that movie. And I guess it's based off a book, but the premise of this movie is he works for this, is it CIA or FBI? I think it's CIA. And he's super smart. They say he has a IQ of 170, but he's just kind of like this meek, mild man. Like, he's not an agent at all. Like, he couldn't go out in the field and kill people, you know? But his wife ends up dying, and his boss isn't really doing anything about it, even though he went, because he's super smart, and found all the footage and collected all the data and found exactly who did it. It was like a group of 4 people, and they weren't going to do anything about it. And he was not happy with that. So he kind of sets up this thing and says, if you don't let me go out and get some training and go out and kill these people, then I will leak all of this information that you've been covering up that has your name all over it. So it's basically just like a game of him being super smart and outsmarting all these people so he can go and kill the people that killed his wife. His wife is Rachel Brosnahan, and she played in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. But it's a very good spy thriller action movie. It could have been a little shorter as well, but I gave it like a 4, I think. And then in my comments, I was like, I wish someone loved me as much as this man loved his wife, which is true. And who else is in it that people would know? Oh, the guy from Walking Dead. What is his name? His name is John Berthnell. I did not know that was his name. I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't think I've ever heard his name, but you would know him if you saw him. He was in Wolf of Wall Street, Fury, The Accountant. Apparently he's in The Accountant too. He's in The Bear. He's in 5 episodes. His name's Michael Bruzzato. I still have not seen The Bear. But yeah, kind of on my list to do this year, even though it's almost May, is to just start catching up on shows that I want to watch. So that's one of them. I need to finish Severance, obviously. What else is going on? I still haven't finished Monsters. There's a lot I haven't even finished, so it's kind of on my list. But yeah, I would recommend that movie as well. I will say, so he still isn't a very good like assassin, but he did get some training and whatever, and he ends up taking all these people out by putting them in situations where they could almost get away and save themselves, or they could just die. And so he kind of feels like he's not held to account for actually killing them, like with a gun or whatever. Like, they have a chance to survive, and if they make the right decisions, then they will survive. I don't know, it was pretty cool. I really liked it, and all 3 of those movies, honestly, if you're in the market to see any, those are all good ones. I would not see the On Swift Horses with family members or like your parents or anything like that, because it's very sexual, but also, again, super good. Speaking of movies coming out, Thunderbolts comes out this Friday, and it is like the anti-Avengers. It's kind of like Suicide Squad, but for Marvel. And it's got Florence Pugh, who I'm obsessed with. I actually went to Barnes & Noble yesterday to buy her magazine of Harper's Bazaar and Billy's of British Vogue, and they're still not out. British Vogue, they still have March on the stands. They haven't even put out April's yet. This is exactly what happened with my Kylie Jenner one. I had to wait like 2 months before I could finally get my Kylie Jenner British Vogue. Like, what the hell is going on? But they announced them so early. Like, they announced May a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't know, so frustrating. But yeah, that's a good one if you want to go see that one too. Actually, I haven't seen it, so I shouldn't say that, but it looks good. And I guess, I don't know, Marvel's been having a hard time lately, so it might not be good. I guess we'll just find out. All right, let's talk about Glen Powell. So I saw Martha Stewart has a podcast, and I was like, I haven't listened to hers in a minute. So I went to her podcast page, and one of the guests said Glen Powell. I was like, that's kind of interesting. And I thought, there must be some reason he's on there, because I don't think she would just have Glen Powell on, you know? It's kind of like a Martha Stewart-esque vibe. She doesn't just have like random people on for no reason. But I guess it is, I don't know. I didn't really watch her show, but did she have people on that were promoting movies and stuff? I guess that could make sense. So I thought something must be up. He must be promoting something or something related to Martha Stewart. And I was correct. He has partnered with some people that they've already made food products. So they're like really big in that industry. I can't remember their names or whatever they made, but he has a new company called Smash Kitchen, and as of right now, it's just condiments, and it is ketchup, mustard, mayo, and barbecue. So, oh wait, they also have hot honey ketchup, Dijon mustard, spicy mayo, and hot honey barbecue sauce. So they have 8 different things you can choose from. They're actually pretty good. All of them are organic. You can buy. I saw it the other day because this is the power of advertising, you guys, and promoting. Because I heard them talking, I had to go to Walmart, and I was listening to it on the way to Walmart, and they're saying where it was sold or whatever in the name of it, and I was walking through the aisles and I looked up and I saw it, and I saw Smash Kitchen, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. So I don't know how expensive they are. I wonder if it's, oh, they're not expensive at all. Well, I guess that, maybe not. Hang on, let me do some investigating. So everything's organic. No, it's like $2.98 for a bottle of ketchup. Is that right? That can't be right. It is. I mean, the bottles are smaller than like the standard Heinz one, you know? No, I guess this one is a standard one, like you'd find in restaurants. Apparently it's pretty good. Martha tried it on air and she raved about it and was very, very admirable. What am I trying to say? Anyway, she liked it. So if Martha liked it, it is approved by us as well. I still can't believe that she is 83 years old. It's just unbelievable to me. I can't even. She has definitely taken care of herself. See, you guys, this is why I try and drink my green juice, because if Martha looks like that, then she's obviously doing something right. You wonder how much of her food she actually eats that she cooks, because if you haven't seen my TikToks, I started this new series. I've done one. I bought all the groceries for the second one to post this week, but I'm cooking recipes out of Kris Jenner's cookbook, and I'm like, I want to eat like all of this. This all looks super good. So I just need to get to the point where I can have a couple bites or just like one serving, but it's hard. Like, it's hard to condense that into, from 6 servings to 1 or 2. And it would be hard to do that with like a cake or like desserts, I'm like, how do you not just devour all this? How do you have self-control? But I mean, Martha's the queen of discipline and self-control, and, so, I mean, probably in her mind, it's not even hard at all. Bella Swan is married. Kristen Stewart got married April 20th to Dylan Meyer, and apparently she is a screenwriter in Hollywood, and she's the daughter of Oscar-nominated screenwriter Nicholas Meyer. I don't know what he's wrote or whatever, but they met on the set of a movie in 2013, and then they connected years later through a mutual friend, sparking a whirlwind romance. I'm reading this from People magazine. She said, the day that I met her, it was like all bets were off, Stewart said during an appearance on the Howard Stern show in November 2019. I found the right person because I can be so obsessive about what I do, and luckily my girlfriend, my partner, we are on the same shit. She said, we have taken the things that we're spending our time on and interlocked them, and we're so much smarter and stronger together. So who is Kristen Stewart's wife? Here's everything to know about Dylan Meyer. She's a screenwriter and actress. Following in the footsteps of her screenwriter father, Meyer works as a film and television writer. Meyer has writing credits on films such as 2015's Loose Ends and 2016's XOXO, which stars Modern Family's Sarah Hyland. She also worked on 8 episodes of comedy series Miss 2059 from 2017-2018. I've never even heard of that. Most recent, Meyer, along with Tamara Chestnut, wrote a screenplay for Amy Poehler's 2021 coming-of-age movie Moxie. Yeah, that's basically about it. It doesn't say what movie they met on the set of, but apparently she wasn't famous until she started dating Kristen, which makes sense. All right, Khloe Kardashian is up next. She has been pretty busy lately. She announced well, let me start with this first. She has new protein popcorn, and it looks really good. I'm not going to lie. It's called Khloud protein popcorn. They have 3 different flavors: sweet and salty kettle corn, or olive oil and sea salt, or white cheddar. They're not very expensive. It's only $5 per bag, and it looks like they're the big bags, kind of like the Smart Pop or whatever. Serving size is 1 cup. There's about 5 servings per container, so maybe they're not as big as I'm thinking of. Well, I guess half the bags of chips and stuff now are air, so that might make sense. Ingredients are popcorn, milk protein isolate, cane sugar, olive oil, coconut oil, mineral salt, and that's it. What is the protein in this? 7 grams of protein. So that's not that much. But I mean, if you want like a little snack, I guess it could work. They're supposed to be available tomorrow, but I just saw on her Instagram that some stores have been releasing them, and I was like, oh, there's definitely no way stores in Utah have this yet. I was incorrect. The Target in Provo has them ready to pick up in 2 hours. So I might have to go and get me some. Who knows, maybe this will be my other new snack. Alani with... Did you guys see they have a new Alani flavor? Sherbet Swirl. It's actually really good. It's like based off sherbet ice cream, and I did a little TikTok about that yesterday too. But this might be a new thing I have to try. I mean, I obviously will try it because I try everything the Kardashians do pretty much. Okay, next, what I was going to say, there was a Hulu event, and it was all about their live, not live, what am I trying to say? Reality shows. Unscripted television is what they called it. So they were announcing new shows, they were announcing upcoming seasons of shows, and they announced Robert Irwin will be on Dancing with the Stars season 34. He walked out with a snake around his neck. I think that's how he announced it. I don't know if they've announced anybody else, but at the time that I found all this out, they had only announced him. And he said he was excited to do it because his sister Bindi had done it in the past in like 2015, and he's always wanted to do it since then. So now he's kind of becoming a little famous person. I mean, he obviously was famous before, but he's kind of stepping into it, you know? And he's pretty good. He's pretty charismatic and suave and whatever. So I think he'll do good. I don't know. We'll see how far he goes in this. But Khloe announced that she's in the process of creating a show about Calabasas and what goes on behind the scenes of the gates of this glamorous city where all these people live. Oh, what I would give to be able to drive around Calabasas. I just can't even tell you how much that would mean to me. I would love it. But apparently it's like a double gated community, so it's pretty secure. And it basically will just go in depth of her friends and neighbors and families that live there. I don't really know what else they would show us because the other siblings, Courtney and Kylie, really don't give us much anymore. Rob doesn't give us anything at all. Khloe did say, she was on a podcast, I think it was Call Her Daddy, she did say Rob does not live with me. Rob has his own house next to us, but he does not live with me. So there's that little rumor being taken away. But while they were there, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives were also there. I don't know if all of them were there, and there's this guy who's obsessed with the Kardashians, Kim specifically. He was actually on that TV show. I don't even know what it was called, but it was about like the biggest fans of these celebrities, and they have to answer questions to see who's the biggest fan. And he was there, and he actually won. He actually knew a question about Kim that she didn't even know about herself. I think his handle's called Gay Man with a Spray Tan, and he's kind of just turned into this like Kardashian obsessed person, which we love. But he was asking, he's like, "Hey, ladies," there's like a bunch of them standing in a semicircle or whatever, and he's like, "Ladies, there's a Scott Disick is single. Are there any single ladies here? And Jessie from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives raised her hand. And some people have said they've seen her on TikToks without her wedding ring on. I don't know. I don't know much about this because I swear just not that long ago, what was her husband's name? I don't even know. But they were in TikToks together. And I don't think they've been married that long. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But some tea, I guess. The Mormon Wives starts next month, you guys. I can't even wait. Can you believe it's almost May? We have, 2 days left of April? So crazy. Okay, what I was talking about at the beginning, my intro, is who would buy that. What is his name? Billy McFarland? Is that right? Yeah. That sounds like TV or a movie character for some reason. He is selling Fyre Festival. Fyre Festival is that horrible, awful music festival that had 2 documentaries made about it, probably even more than that, but Netflix and Hulu both did a documentary about it. And it was when they went to this private island, and it was supposed to be this luxurious experience. They ended up sleeping in FEMA tents. They were eating like ham and cheese sandwiches. They locked them in the airport because they weren't allowed to leave, like the guests. I forgot it was Blink 182 that was supposed to perform, which is so interesting. I would love to hear Travis's take on that, like what he thought about it. But they were going to do a second one after, I think he went to prison, Billy did. And I don't know how is he still living? Because it says there was $100 million lawsuit about the first Fyre Festival. Anyway, he's selling the brand and the company, and they're not going forward with the May 30th Fyre Festival 2 in Mexico. And he says, founder Billy McFarland announced Wednesday that the brand had grown bigger than any one person and bigger than what I am able to lead on my own. What is it? There's nothing. Like, how is it bigger than... It's nothing. Like, I just don't understand it. And it needs a team with scale, experience, and infrastructure to reach its full potential. It's time to pass the torch. We have decided the best way to accomplish our goals is to sell the Fyre Festival brand, including its trademarks, IP, digital assets, media research, and cultural capital, to an operator that can fully realize its vision. You guys, this is like buying a car that has completely burned to the ground and trying to fix it up. I don't understand who would want this. Who's going to buy this? But, I was thinking also, it might be like iconic if someone were to buy this and completely turn it around and make it into something huge, kind of like Coachella or Lollapalooza or something like that. But you'd have to have just so much money that you didn't even bat an eye trying to get this thing up and going and make the brand something. It never was something, so I don't understand why he keeps saying that it's this big thing now. It's never been a thing. I don't know. It's just crazy to me that someone would try and sell this. He's so confident. I guess that's the trait of a good salesman, is just to be confident and to be like, he's acting like this is like the coolest thing and everyone should want to buy it. I can't even imagine being that naive, or not naive, that brave, I guess you could say. Noah Schnapp says people are going to be truly devastated when they see Stranger Things 5. And I have a feeling that's going to be correct. I can't even... When did the last one come out? It's been 2 years, right? 2020... No, 3. Wasn't it 2022 that it came out? I'm going to have to watch it again. I remember it being really good. I'm guessing so many people are going to die. I'm just going to say that right now. Or go into the... What is it called? The unknown, the underworld. The unknown from the Willy Wonka pop-up shop. But I think we're getting closer to it being released, so that's good. Addison Rae has a new song called Headphones, and she told Elle magazine, this will be Addison Rae's last album. And I was like, what does that mean? But she means she's dropping Rae from her name, And I think that's a mistake. I'm just going to be honest. Addison Rae it flows smoothly. People know who she is. I don't know. I wouldn't do it personally. It's going to take a lot of rebranding and stuff to do that. But it's not my business or my company or my career. Cher said that when she doesn't have a last name at all, and she said it was very, very, very hard. Like, it took a lot of paperwork, a lot of time, a lot of years, and she had to prove many different ways that she was the only Cher. But she's the only one, apparently. Green Day is going to receive a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, I think May 2nd or May 1st. It's kind of weird they haven't had one before. Did you see, I don't know the guy's name, Billy Idol? Is that the main guy's name? So not him, but the other guy. He didn't clap back, but he was just being playful with Charlie XCX because after the first weekend of Coachella, Charlie had an after party, which looked iconic. I wish I could have gone, but I'm not famous yet, or know any famous people as of yet. So she had a party, and she had this sash that went over her and said, I should be the headliner, because she went before Green Day. Green Day was technically the big headliner of Saturday night. And then the next week, the guitar player for Green Day had a sash that he clearly just made. I think it was out of toilet paper or something. It said actual headliner. And I didn't really know. I'm like, I wonder how, what's her name, Charlie's going to take that. And she actually thought it was funny. I think she commented iconic underneath it or something. So, yeah, they're getting a star. And it said that Serena Williams, the tennis player, I mean, everyone knows who she is, but she plays tennis, and Ryan Reynolds are going to be guest speakers. I think that's so interesting. I think that's really random. Poor Katy Perry. I will always love her. I will always root for her. She just cannot catch a break, and I just think that it is just, I don't know what she's done or if she's done anything, but this just has to be bad karma from stuff she did early on in her career. I don't know what. I don't know if she's a mean girl. I just don't understand what is going on. So she started her tour, and it's like, visually it's really cool, but there were some dance moves. There was just some acting that was just not very good. She does this cool thing, though, where there's a QR code that comes up on screen, and fans can screenshot it, and they get to choose from 3 songs, like deep cut songs from the album that she doesn't really sing, and fans get to vote on which one they want her to sing. I think that's really cool. So the other night in Mexico City, I think is where she was, they played The One That Got Away, and I'm like, oh, my heart needs to hear that song live in person. I would just simply pass away. That song still is the best song in the whole world, you guys. It's just so good. She doesn't ever sing it like the way the song is. It's always like acoustic. I was going to say a cappella. It's always acoustic. It's never the full version, which is what I like about the song. It's like fast, tempo, upbeat, but it's also a devastating song and fun to sing. But the acoustic version is good too. I don't know. I think it's starting to get to her because she was like hysterically crying on stage the other night, and apparently something's happened where people are now making fun of her daughter, and I'm like, this is like going really too far. At this point, she's just doing stuff for her and her fans, and people just need to leave her alone. Honestly, if you don't like her anymore, fine. But like, why do you have to keep like piling on? Just leave her alone. Like, I just don't understand. But I also don't understand some of the artistic creation decisions of this tour. But other than the few weird dance things I've seen, it actually looks pretty cool. And I'm very excited to go see. I'm going to see her in May. And I will happily support her, and she will always be my Katy Perry. Benson Boone keeps teasing like this ice cream thing, because apparently in his new song he says Moonbeam Ice Cream, and I don't know what that means, but let's see here. This was 4 days ago. I said, I guess we will all find out what Moonbeam ice cream is at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And that's the last thing he's posted. So we still don't know, Benson Boone. What's going on? Okay, so it says Moonbeam ice cream can refer to two things: an album by Cinta Soul released in 2015, and a popular ice cream flavor that Benson Boone and Ninja Kitchen are creating a collaboration for. So it says Benson Boone, in collaboration with Ninja Kitchen, is creating an ice cream flavor called Moonbeam ice cream. Is Ninja Kitchen like Ninja Blender? Ninja Creamy? I don't know. The flavor is expected to be unique and a mystical experience, which is a play on words of his new song, Mystical Magical, which is where he says Moonbeam ice cream, and I'm pretty sure. Various flavor suggestions and concepts have been shared, including blueberry, vanilla, lavender, marshmallow, and edible glitter. I didn't know that was a flavor. So, anyway, I don't know if that's going to come about. I haven't heard anything about it. Like I said 4 days ago, he said tomorrow we'll learn what it is. And we still have not learned what it is, so I don't know. Demi Moore is on the cover of People's Most Beautiful... Oh yeah, I was going to say. Okay, sorry. It confused me because she's also on the cover of Time 100 magazine. People's Most Beautiful cover. I'm wondering if they changed it because didn't it used to be the most beautiful woman in the world and the sexiest man alive? I wonder if they changed it just to... I don't know. Not, what am I trying to say? Just to not make people feel bad. I mean, I guess who would feel bad? It's like one person out of 8 billion. So, I don't know. Is there more? I swear they have these covers all the time now, so it might be another edition that they're doing. All right, next up, I actually have to be honest with you, I have never seen this movie. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've never sat down and seen the whole thing before. But 10 Things I Hate About You is getting a Broadway development, something. And Rae Jepson is a part of that. I think she's a part of creating it. I don't know if she's going to be in it. But also Lena Dunham is going to be part of the creation of it. The musical is based on the popular 1999 film, which itself is a modern retelling of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. I had no idea that was even a thing or if it was based on. The film starring Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt became a cultural touchstone. The musical adaptation is expected to premiere on Broadway in the coming season. So I don't know what coming season means. Does that mean the fall? Does that mean next year? It says Lena Dunham and Rae Jepson are bringing a musical adaptation of 1999 rom-com 10 Things I Hate About You to Broadway. The Golden Globe-winning Girls creator and Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter have teamed up to adapt the beloved film starring Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger for the stage. Jepson is co-writing the score with producer Ethan Gruska, with whom she worked with on her most recent album, The Loveliest Time, and Dunham is set to co-write the book with the acclaimed playwright Jessica Wang. Co-write the book? What does that even mean? If they're making a book out of it? I'm so confused. The adaptation's creative team also includes the two-time Tony-winning director and choreographer Christopher Wheeldon, music supervisor, arranger, and orchestra Tom Kitt, who is also a two-time Tony winner, and Shucked and Beautiful, the Carole King musical producer Mike Bosner by special arrangement of the Buena Vista Theatrical. Anyway, so that's kind of exciting. I actually do want to watch that. Seems like a good summer movie, doesn't it? Yeah. So, you guys, oh my gosh. Okay, a few things. This Friday, tickets for next year's Coachella go on sale. And you bet your bottom dollar I will be there. It is something that's going to become a tradition for me now on. I loved it, honestly. I thought it was so fun. And my friends and I are hoping. We went to my friend Emma's birthday dinner Saturday night, and then we all went to a bar after TF Brewery, I think is what it's called. It's not really my vibe, but it was fun. It was a fun environment, and we all had a good time. But we talked. We're like, I'm really manifesting that Dua Lipa is headlining next year. Please, 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 please. Her or Miley Cyrus. I will be so happy if either of those two are performing, because it would be amazing. It'd be absolutely amazing. So the one thing I do not like about this is that you don't know who's performing until like October, I think. Maybe September is when they announce who's actually performing. So it's kind of like a waiting game. It was actually pure luck this year when it was Lady Gaga. I mean, what are the odds? And Charlie XCX, are you kidding me? I don't know. Someone said that, so Charlie's still performing. Like, she went to Austin to some kind of festival thing or concert thing. And whenever she's done with her sets, as of recently, the Brat banner slowly burns up more and more. And someone's like, I wonder if when she's finally done performing all this stuff, if the banner will be completely burned, signifying the end of the Brat era. I'm like, oh, that actually might have some truth to it. I don't know. You never know. What was I getting at? Okay, Coachella tickets Friday. And the Met Gala is next Monday, a week from today, you guys. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, I just have to say that. I have a list of people on my phone that are supposedly going to this. Miley Cyrus confirmed, I think yesterday in Paris, while she's talking to fans, that she will be attending, which I'm obsessed with. We haven't seen her there in a while. Not that I can remember. The last thing I can remember of her being there... Oh no, it was with that weird dress. I didn't like that weird green dress she wore. But remember when it was like right at the start of the Bangers era, and she had that spiky hair and that kind of like knitted dress. Do you remember? That's what I always think of her going to the Oscars. What was I getting at? Was I in the middle of something? No. Okay, SNL lineup for May. Some of May, I guess. I wonder when SNL ends. Is it June or is it this? May 17th is the farthest out they have, so that might be the end. Let's see, May 3rd, I think I've already said this, Quinta Brunson and Benson Boone as the musical guest. May 10th, Walter Goggins and Arcade Fire. We all know how I feel about Arcade Fire. They're the ones that won Album of the Year over Teenage Dream, which makes no sense. May 17th is Scarlett Johansson and Bad Bunny. So, should be very good. I read an article with Bad Bunny, and he loves his country, Puerto Rico. He writes a lot of music about it. He's very outspoken about it. Like, he is a true diehard lover of his country, and I think that is so cool. Like, he really loves it. Puerto Rico is very pretty. Like, I went there a few Christmases ago, and it really is truly a very pretty place. Especially when you go to, I think it's called Old San Juan, and the buildings are just such bright, vibrant, pretty colors. And it's like cobblestone streets. It's really pretty there if you want to go and visit. What else? Let me see if I can find the guest list for the Met Gala. Okay, so this isn't official, but I saw it on Instagram. I knew I had it somewhere, and I was like, I can't find it. Okay, so I can see all these people going, for sure. Ariana Grande, Kendall Jenner, A$AP Rocky, Usher, Zendaya, Kim Kardashian, Sabrina Carpenter, Lewis Hamilton, Lady Gaga, Naomi Campbell, Bad Bunny, Zoe Saldana, Cynthia Erivo, Rihanna, Emma Chamberlain, Jennifer Lopez, LeBron James, Janelle Monáe, Lala, SZA, Miley Cyrus, Simone Biles, Sydney Sweeney, Billie Eilish, Lizzo, Enoch Ye, I think that's how you say it, Gigi Hadid, Charlie XCX, Bruno Mars, Camila Cabello, Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber, The Weeknd, Gal Gadot, Rosé, Rosalina, Anita, Lana Del Rey, Jenna Ortega, and Teyana Taylor. Oh, there's more. Nicki Minaj, Dua Lipa, Rachel Zegler, Barry Keoghan, Kris Jenner, Demi Moore, Serena Williams, Florence Pugh, Jennie Kim, and Cardi B. Well, it keeps going. Timothy Chalamet, Kylie Jenner, Doja Cat, Olivia Rodrigo, Doechii, Lil Nas X, Nicholas Galitzine, Karol G, Elle Fanning, Tyla. Tyla was the best dressed last year. Like, no competition, no discussion other than that. Like, she was the best dressed. Chappell Roan, Pedro Pascal, Ice Spice, Katy Perry, Cara Delevingne, Pete Davidson, Halle Bailey, Ciara, Addison Rae, and Pharrell Williams. So there you go. Something to look forward to. I don't know where you can watch. You can live stream it, I think, now on YouTube and TikTok. The red carpet. You obviously can't see what's inside. But, yeah. I think that is... Oh, no, there's a few more things. I saw this, but then when I Googled it, it was from, like, January. But it said Crumble is eyeing a sale of $2 billion, which is crazy. That is a lot of money for a cookie company. But that's the power of good branding and a good product and just very disciplined, a disciplined company, you know? I mean, it's very, like, the companies that don't sell, like, a million different things, like In-N-Out. It's like, it's a very simple menu, very simple concept. They all look alike. All the buildings look alike. They have a very strict process of how things are done. Like, I've heard if you ask for, like, a large drink and the employee grabs the large cup and you're like, actually, I want a medium. Like, they have to throw that cup away. Like, they can't use that cup, which is actually not very good for the environment, but whatever, you know. Chick-fil-A is very strict like that, too. Just these companies that are very, like, they don't offer a million different things, but they offer, like, you know, good stuff, but fewer quantity, I guess you could say. And have a very disciplined regimen of how they run things. So, I don't know. That's just kind of how it is. And then we'll end on these last few things. Actually, I want to talk about this one. So there's this house. I'm pretty sure it's the one I'm thinking of in Sandy, Utah, and it's made out of, like, marble. And apparently the people that live there have been smuggling oil, or we're trying to, from Mexico. Like, how do you do that? How do you smuggle oil? $300 million worth of oil, you guys. And they've been caught. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of things happen in Utah, and a lot of shady things. But the house is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. I think they said it was worth like $9 million, and it was like 26,000 square feet. But sadly, that won't be theirs for much longer. And then Olivia Rodrigo's album is supposed to be finished up in the next few months, her third one. So that's exciting. It's kind of weird to think that her last album's already been 2 years ago. Time is just going by way, way, way too fast lately. Like, it always has been, but I can't even believe that 2023 was already 2 years ago. And 2022, like, I was just thinking about, like, Stranger Things that came out in 2022. That just does not seem real. And the last thing, Dorit Kemsley has filed for divorce officially from her husband PK, aka, I think I've already said this, he reminds me of the rat on Flushed Away, the one that pushes him down the toilet. He always reminded me of that the second I saw him. I think it's his accent too, because they're obviously British. That's a good movie, you guys. Flushed Away. If you're sleeping on that movie, you need to wake up, because that movie is fantastic. And that's it for this week, you guys. I will see you in May. I will see you. Unfortunately, I won't be able to talk about the Met Gala until the following Monday. I hate when that happens. I hate when I am like a week behind of something. It really bothers me. Truly, truly does. But it'll still be there. All the information will still be there. I'll post about it on my Instagrams, my favorite ones. So yeah, stay tuned, tag along. If you want to subscribe to my Patreon page, feel free to do that. I talked last week, I think I posted one on Friday or Saturday, about my trip to Coachella. The one before that was how Coachella got started and kind of the history behind it. I think my next one's going to be about Ariana Grande's new album. I did one before the Coachella one. It was about everything that, well, not everything, but interesting things that happened in 1990. I think the next one obviously will be 1991 in a few weeks. So if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, help support me, I would appreciate that. I appreciate you, any of you that listen and are here right now. And yeah, go about your week. Have a great week. And that's it. Bye.